Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. This is the fastest growing podcast, and we invite you to join the discussions with us. Look, it ain't no rules in the break room. This is where you let your feelings be known and your thoughts be heard. Think about it. At the job, in the break room, that's where everybody let loose, kick it, and be themselves. So that's what we want you to do. Let loose, kick it, be you in the break room. This is our platform to help move the culture forward together with our knowledge, experiences, which can influence and strategize to make a difference. But sometimes that require a little ratchetness, a little arguing, and being open-minded. Spread the word about Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. Follow us on all social media. Let loose, kick it, be you, and let's hop into today's show. This is Big Bink's Break Room Podcast. Yeah! On a Friday, getting ready for the weekend. Last day of the week for the month of February 2021. Last weekday. It's amazing how we already 2 months into 2021. Last weekday of Black History Month. Today, I just want to do something a little different because I know that we've been talking about people who you probably haven't heard before. And today, I just want to big up our sponsors who are very much a part of Black history or trying to make Black history with their clothing brands that we all support, Me Action and Shiny. The first one is KevinKirksey.com. I'm tripping. I got a Kevin Kirksey hat on. And this is perfect for Black History Month. Black Pride right here. His clothes and brands, from purses to shoes to shirts to Yamp. Yamp is similar to what Polo used to be. I'm talking about the popularity. He has shirts that resemble, and they're actually better, and he does custom shirts. The logo is, I had to bring Action and Shiny up so I can show you the logo. Matter of fact, I'm bringing him up now. Shiny, Action, what's going on, y'all? Happy Friday. All right. There we are.
What's up?
What's happening? Show him that logo right quick for Kevin.
I have on the...
Yeah, see, that's the logo right there, y'all. And it's available. That's a hoodie. That's a hoodie. And, they don't shrink when you wash them. Like we used to get them clothes at the flea market. They shrink as soon as you get that one wash on them. Action got the yellow joint. So, just go to his website and check him out. KevinKirksey.com. Black owned. Proceeds go to the communities in different cities where the items are bought. But you can go to KevinKirksey.com. KevinKirksey. I definitely want to big up JP Salsa, another one of our partners. Probably some of the best salsa I've ever tasted in my life. Hand-picked fruit, different flavors, and it's all healthy. Like literally, if you look on the back and count the grams and calories and look at the ingredients, it's actually healthy. So you do yourself an advantage just by eating it. You know what I'm saying? JP Salsa. You can order online right now at jpsalsa.com. It's a black dude doing salsa. Like, you can't get no more off the chain than that.
I'm in it tonight. Hey, that's you. That's you. That is.
This is ridiculous.
That's you. That's not mine. That's yours.
It's not mine either. It's not the one over here.
Him and the cat fighting.
Yeah, I'm in it tonight, man. It's Taco Friday. I'm breaking out that JP salsa for sure. I got like I just tried the hot too. So if you're listening, Lamont, that hot is what it is, man. If you guys order that hot, because it's not really spicy hot. It's kind of like it's got that heat though, but it's that quick heat. That. Yeah, it's got that heat, but that quick heat. Like, it tastes spicy good, but it's like it don't linger in your mouth. You ain't like blowing water, all this other stuff at like 5 minutes later. So it's really good. The hot is really good. So I'm on the hot right now. So definitely, and still my favorite is the pineapple garlic. Gotta have.
No doubt. Yeah, it's really pineapple garlic is good too. So What?
Because it was just the way you said. Yeah, pineapple garden.
Because he on that blueberry. He on that blueberry.
The peach. What is it? The peach joint and the blueberry.
The peach and the blueberry.
I gotta order some. I gotta order some more. But these guys our partners are doing their part to push the culture forward with their inventions on their. They saw a vision and they're gonna keep riding no matter what. And that's what we're doing. We're supporting. They're supporting us. So that's my Black History fact for today on this last weekday of February. I almost said September. February. Hey, Kathy, good morning.
Hey, Kathy, thank you for supporting us. Thank you for rocking with us every day this week, 2 times a day. Kathy on the morning show and the afternoon show.
Man, we show hate you.
That cougar.
Kathy ain't no cougar.
Yeah, she my cougar. I'm sorry.
She not no cougar. Kathy not cougar age.
Not cougar age. I'm cougar age.
Kathy ain't cougar age.
I'm cougar age.
Well, we appreciate you.
I'm gonna drop out for a minute. I got to do something.
Oh man.
I'm about to say, how long you gonna be?
How long you gonna
be? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 2. Yeah, that's all.
Now, I have to do something for our show that's coming on next.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay, I was like, okay, well, number 1 or number 2? Which one is it? So, B, did you get that? I sent you about the hometown thing. You want to holler about that real quick?
About the reparations?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead and stab into it.
Man, yeah, because I was like, okay, this is going on in the Chi. So I was like, this is.
Well, it's actually Evanston, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. But I mean, still, this is very important, man. Please speak on it.
Evanston is what they're doing. Is they're the first city in America to address the reparations, and I think it's a cool idea. But I'm gonna let you get your ideas on this. But it's like what they're doing is
you got to explain what reparations is to everybody. Everybody might not know what reparations are.
Reparations is the fact that they want to pay us back or give us payment for all the years they put us behind during slavery, because we were promised reparations. We were promised 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah,
so
all the free labor that we gave this country, after slavery was abolished and before, so.
And if you remember the conversation, though, too, during the presidential election, it was huge on the Democratic side of the party, because a lot of the Democrats, when they were running for office, they were talking about reparations. That was like one of the big things. Reparations is just a way basically to pay back Black people for all the work that we did to help build this country and never got paid for. So what it is that this Evanston, they came up with to me a phenomenal idea. So what they're doing, that's a great idea. You don't think so? Well,
I read it. I got it when you sent it to me, and I read it. But go ahead, and then
what they're doing is they legalize marijuana. Mm-hmm. So what they're doing is taking the taxes from the marijuana to pay reparations to African Americans. They're giving them $25,000 so they can buy a home, because they know home buying is power buying. If you own a home in America, you got power, because real estate is power. And then that's how really generational wealth is built in the white community, because these people buy these homes, and then when they die, the money, the house, the property goes to their kids, and they start building wealth off of that home. But only thing I don't like about the idea personally is it's a local government. I think the federal government needs to get involved. And if they put some money behind that, like go 2 to 1 on the dollars, like they're giving people $25,000. If the government went 2 to 1 on the dollars and bumped that up to $75,000, that would be a start. I'm not saying that should be the total amount. I just think that's a great start. And I think it was a good idea. And it's so ironic that they're using legalized drug money. And for years, because of the justice system, we were put behind bars trying to buy houses and cars with the illegal drug money. Now they want to give us the legal drug money to buy a house. So, I mean, I think it's a great idea, though, for real, to start the conversation and the reparations. What do you guys think? Let me know.
My thing with it, I think that's great that they legalized the sale of marijuana. They're pulling it from there. But the other thing that it said is you had to prove that you were discriminated against in the housing market between whatever year to 1960. Okay, but why is that a factor if I'm there, and how do I prove that? How do I prove that my grandmother, who might be dead now, was discriminated against when she was trying to buy a house or whatever?
Was she black?
Yeah, but the article says
she was discriminated against.
But I know that. But the article says you have to be able to prove it. And then let's talk about $25,000.
Yeah.
Okay. You give me $25,000 to get a house, and I don't have a regular income, or I'm making the minimum wage $7.25. What kind of house am I going to be able to get? Really? $25,000, $10,000 of that could be a decent down payment on a house that might be, and houses, you can't get a good house for $80,000 unless you find something that's on the foreclosure. But if you going in and you getting something built up, you about to spend at least $180,000.
Yeah, but again, you got to think about their economy versus our economy, because their economy may be a little different. So $25,000 might go a little bit more in their market as opposed to this market. And then, too, like I said, it's a start. It's a good beginning of a conversation to say, like, hey, and again, I don't know what the stipulations are, and maybe as far as proof is concerned, that might be a whole different other factor. But again, like I said, I just think it's a good idea to flip that money around. It's tax revenue that they're getting anyway off the marijuana sales, and they're just giving that back to African Americans. Like I said, it's deserved. I think they should get it. I just think the government needs to tap onto that and go 2-to-1. And if you own a home, you should be able to apply for the money anyway, because then you might be able to start up a business.
And then they said there's only so much money in there so far. See, and that's the other thing. So you can't give everybody $25,000. But my thing is, with $25,000, what? And you telling me go buy a house? What can I really do with $25,000 if I don't have a job or I don't have the income? Because I can't they're not gonna just say, okay, we'll give you a loan because you got $25,000.
No, but
you have to be able to pay for the house. So all I'm saying is $25,000. No. Give us some acreage, give us some land, and then you give me the land and $25,000. Now I can build a house.
Yeah,
because now I got land, I got some collateral, something. But $25,000.
But you trying to negotiate on a starting point. And the starting point is they saying, okay, at least we're going to give you $25,000. And if you can't afford a house, why would you want the $25,000 to buy a house? That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't even apply for that. You wouldn't apply for a $25,000. Okay,
so it's not reparations. It's like you saying, Shawnee, I'm hungry, and I say, well, here a piece of gum. At least I gave you something to chew on.
Okay, but again,
that ain't helping you.
No, but you're thinking like they're gonna give every black person in that county $25,000. What they're saying is that they're starting the conversation, and it's a beginning. They said they want to build the pot up to 10 million, so they can start helping people out. They're saying that they're not saying like, oh, we're gonna give every black person in the county $25,000. We're gonna put this in the bank for you. No, they're saying this is the start of a conversation. We want to start paying black people back. We want to start giving black people their reparations for what the government owes. But we want to start the conversation. So what are we going to do? Okay, we got this legal weed money now that we've been taxing, and it can go to a lot of other things. I mean, again, remember Colorado, who was the first state to legalize, they got like almost $1 billion in tax revenue off of the marijuana sales. So it's not like it ain't possible that they can get the money off of marijuana sales. They can. So again, but they're just saying, okay, like now we're starting the conversation. We're going to start to give back. They're not saying they're giving back to everybody. They're calling it reparations because they're going to give that money to you to help you out. So maybe if you were a homeowner and you struggling with your house, or you wanted to buy a house, but you never could afford the down payment, but you could afford the payment. Like we were talking about yesterday, if you paying like here in Dallas where we live, $2,000 a month for rent, why are you doing that? And that's a house payment.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could afford that on your
job. But that's my point. So now we helping the elite Black people that can get it. It's people out there
again
that really need, and I'm not saying people that have, because if somebody came to me and said, Shawty, we will give you $25,000, I would take it. I would take it and do some stuff with it.
Yeah, but I'm saying
if we calling this reparations, make some real reparations. Telling me that I had to, if I was discriminated against, or my descendants were discriminated against between 1903 and 1960, and I can prove it, then I qualify for this. That's a whole bunch of loops. You know, you just making it harder for me to jump through this. How am I gonna prove that? They probably dead. They might be. Some of them might still be alive. And then reparations is only for the people that can afford a house. That ain't no reparation. The reason why we in the situation that we're in is because we never got. If y'all out there selling weed, it's some. I mean, you might as well just let the common drug dealer go sell the weed. It's still weed. You selling the same thing. It's weed. What difference is it? What do they do something different to the weed through the dispensary? It's weed. Just, you know, if we're gonna do that, just let everybody sell weed.
No, but see, you
sell some weed and give more than $25,000.
No, but see, you going into a whole different other animals, and then too, again, like I said, you're trying to negotiate a starting point. You don't go into Baskin Robbins and say this ain't Rocky Road because it ain't got no rocks in it. I mean, it's Rocky Road ice cream. Hey, you said it's Rocky Road. Where the rocks at? I mean, like
I'm gonna do that next time, though.
But I'm just saying, but that's not how these people. The Black woman that's pushing this agenda, who started,
it is a Black woman.
It's just saying this is a starting point for her. You're trying to put a lot of details into something that ain't even evolved like that yet. But again, you trying to shoot down a starting point. At least she's doing something. You like, no, that ain't good enough. And she just started. She said,
I like the fact that they trying to do something, but let's look at Evanston, Illinois. The African American population out there is about 17%. So it ain't too many of us out there anyway. So the monies that they have allotted, it probably ain't gonna take a lot of money. That's A. B, I don't know what the plan is. I didn't really understand by reading it. Are these houses that they're gonna are they renovating old houses? Are they foreclosure?
No, they give you $25,000 because whoever was discriminated against.
Right, but are they putting these people in a certain place like they've done in history? So we'll all be located in the same place.
No,
you can only get these houses for $25,000.
No, you can't buy a house for $25,000. We're gonna give you $25,000 so you can get a house. That's my point. It's not like they said, okay, we're gonna build this area over here, and like they do the reservations. Okay, this is all y'all land, and y'all can do whatever. Now, here's $25,000 because your ancestors you were discriminated against. Okay, so you go figure it out. But you got to get a house with this money. So if you don't get a house, what, you got to get the money back? That's all I'm saying. It's not. That's great. $25,000 is great if you're going to hold their hand and make sure that they're able to complete the process. But there are other factors that could be involved where giving me $25,000 is great. And I might really want to be a homeowner. But if I don't have X, Y, and Z in place, then the $25,000 really doesn't help me because I can't get it done. So
I'm sure there'll be a screening process as they trying to disperse this money. I'm sure that. I'm sure they wouldn't.
know, but this is my point. If I'm Shawnee Scott and Grandma Scott was discriminated against, she died, and I'm a person that is to receive this money, I can get the $25,000. However, I can get the $25,000, but I don't have a job. I don't have a job. I'm making it. I'm paying my bills, but home ownership would be great for me and my daughters. See, because I don't have these other things there, now I can't use the $25,000. That's what I'm saying. It needs to be a whole program so that people can really.
I'm sure. You know what? If you was in the meeting, you could have pitched that.
I'm just saying, we talking about it. I think it's great. I applaud her. I saw her picture. She's a beautiful young Black woman that I'm pretty sure if somebody presents that to her, maybe they didn't put all that in the article, but I read the whole article.
Yeah.
And the understanding is that you have to buy a home. You have to be able to prove that there was some housing discrimination between 1903 and 1960. Why not between 1903 and 2020? Because it still goes on.
I don't know. I saw the story. I read the story. I just wanted to applaud and big up this Black woman because, again, she's starting the conversation. And, that's what it's all about, beginning the conversation, especially since it's like it needs to be done. It's agreed that it needs to be done. We need to be paid reparations. And what amount, I don't know. Nobody knows the amount. That's why I said if the federal government kicked in a 2-for-1 on the dollar, that 25 could quickly turn into 75. And if you probably already are another homeowner, like you said, there's a ton of ideas that could flow with this. Like I said, like if it was me, I'm already a homeowner. I don't need the 25, right? So I can use that 25 to open up a business. Can I use it for that?
No, you got to get a house.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is I get your point. You want to flow from that idea. But what I'm saying is that we should just let the idea go and then go build from there. You want to shoot. You want to recreate the whole idea because you don't like how I got started.
No, I don't want to recreate the whole idea, but make it make sense.
Well,
it's not like it's not like. So I don't know much about that area, and maybe that's the problem because I'm looking at it from me being right here in Dallas Fort Worth.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so you give me $25,000, and yes, Kathy, they said each descendant of someone who was discriminated against could get it.
Yeah, could get it.
So now, like if they all got together and put their $25,000 together, now I can see them buying a house. Okay, if they did 2-for-1 and they gave $75,000, you can go find a foreclosed property. You could probably go find something that you can renovate, but a lot of times when you are a first time buyer, those loans that you have to get, there's issues with you getting something that you have to renovate, if it's something like that. But 75,000 makes more sense because you can do more. You can find something, you have a down payment, and then you can say, okay, I got this money in the bank so I can keep this up.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying.
That's good that she did that, but it's a start, but a whole bunch of things have been a start, but it didn't make sense all the way through for everybody.
Yeah, so from there, so he knows the community. That's why it's like that's a hometown store for Bink, and for them in that community, and since it went forward, because she just couldn't do it, she had to get a vote on it because she's part of the council. I mean, people were like, yeah, it made sense.
So it's probably not that expensive for them too. Now, remember when I said we talking about 17%, Evanston is like, here in Dallas Fort Worth, like over there where the presidents stay, where the presidents over there on Preston on 635 in Dallas in that area. Give me a white area here in Dallas.
You talking about Highland Park?
Highland Park. So that's
Evanston is like Highland Park.
Evanston is similar to that. You got Northwestern University, a lot of prestigious companies.
Wait. Pause. You said Evanston is like Highland Park.
Yeah,
you talking about Highland Hills or Highland Park?
No, I ain't talking about Highland Hills. That's what I'm saying. That's my point of saying we're only talking about 17% of the population of Evanston is African American or non-Hispanic. That's it. So this what they're trying to propose is not going to take a lot of money for them to do this. Now, if this same thing would have been offered in Chicago, Detroit, Milwaukee, Atlanta, St. Louis, then we can really, really have a conversation like, oh man, either they need to do more or how they dispensing the money or do they qualify? But Evanston, they don't have a lot of, they don't need to have a lot of money to pull this off. And I'm with both of y'all. I'm with the action side and your side. I think it's a great idea. I don't think it's enough money, but my fear is that they start grouping everybody to some part of town or giving them some houses to choose from. It might not be the case, but I mean, that's what they've done to us for years. And that's what redlining and gentrification and all that stuff, projects, you notice all the projects is right off the highway. There's a reason for that. They put us all in a certain area. They put us all off the highway for easy access so they can get to us when they need to get to us. Just little stuff like that is going through my mind as we're talking about this. But again, Evanston ain't no black city. It's far from a black city. So there you go.
So 25,000, yeah, because if they like Highland Park, then 25,000. Oh, we can go get another house, or they rich.
Yeah. Again, like I said, I just thought it's a cool starting point for the conversation because again, the conversation needs to be had because we, as a culture, as a people, we need to be reparated for what took place in America. We need that.
Okay. Again, now you said sorry to cut you off, fam. What does the reparation plan for Action Jackson in a quick summary? Forget the houses in Evanston and what they did in North Carolina and all that stuff. Forget all that. If you was in Congress and you had to put this bill together for reparations for black people, what would that look like for you? And Shawnee, get ready.
No,
I'm just saying with her, what she wants to submit.
What I heard from today from a black professor, if they honestly wanted to start talking about reparations for African Americans, now imagine this: they were just arguing over President Biden's $1.9 trillion bill that he's proposed for helping us out here.
Right.
This African American professor said that if they wanted to start the discussion for reparations, the number would be $12 trillion. So I don't know if $12 trillion is ever going to get passed because I don't think they're ready to pay us that kind of capital. But again, for me personally, I mean, I don't know what the number could be because we're not a monolith. We've all suffered in different ways as a culture, as a people, and some of us are older, have been through a harder time to help out a younger generation. So again, there's really no price tag on what you can put on that, and that's what I think the real true problem is in Congress. Because they don't really know how to put a price tag on what they really owe us. And if they really bounce down to it, like that professor said, it'd be in the trillions. And they don't want to cut that check.
Oh, no, they definitely don't want to do that. Shani, what about you? If you had to put a proposal together, reparations for black people, what does that look like for you?
Well, the issue is with that. The biggest problem is I don't always think about I'm always thinking about the people. So my issue would be, how can this benefit? It needs to benefit everybody, but also make sense for the poor too. Not just benefit the people that are already doing well. Reparations, at one point it was everybody talked about getting 40 acres and a mule. Well, we don't want no mule. 40 acres would be nice, but I mean, when it all comes down to it, we'd have to sit down and have a conversation or I would have to have the conversation of, okay, what really makes sense now, today, for everybody? How are we gonna do this? I mean, we can't get them to give us a stimulus,
Oh, that passed. Don't worry about it.
I mean, but it's something, it's always something. It's all these, this, that, because the people that are in control are so greedy and they don't want to give anything up. They don't want anything to, they don't want anybody else to get ahead of them or do better. I think one thing that's necessary for black people to do is, we talk about the Black Wall Street and everybody likes to have pride about that. And, we had this and they took it away from us. Okay, well, who's going to do it again? Why can't we do it again? We still so judge me. I don't want to do business there because they black. That would help our community too if we start circulating these dollars inside the community.
In the Hispanic community, the dollar turns over, I think, 11 to 16 times before it leaves. In the Arab community, it turns over more. In our community, the dollar turns over maybe 2 or 3 times before it leaves the community. Like we quick to go buy some Nikes or all this old stuff. And it's research that shows that how we are fixated on brands and hype and all that stuff. And then we see from the monies that we spend every year, the trillions of dollars. I think it's $1 trillion a year. That's how much we contribute to the country every year just in buying power. And at the end of the day, if we just did 1/3 of that among ourselves, we would be amazed, simply amazed. And which brings me to my point. If we had to do reparations for Black people, I might be a little bit off here, but this is what I would do. I don't know what this number is, Shani in Action, but I would designate a specific number, I don't know what it is, for all Black businesses, period. I would make education free. I would pick up all the debt at HBCUs. I would have a salary for residents of registered voters, Black. I take that back. I would have a salary for Black people, and that salary would last 25 years. So
a set salary?
A set salary for a family.
For all Black people?
For every Black person that's counted in the census. Yes. And that would help us with getting ahead of the curve financially, generational wealth, and business growth, because the debt would be cut in half, possibly. But if I had the opportunity, that is the big things that I would attack in my proposal for reparations. And people will say, well, you need the land. Well, with good business practice and this salary and this extra money, because you get to work too. Only problem I see is people might get lazy. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But you know how we get you. I got this money coming in, I'm good. But we can then negotiate. But
that's not just us, though.
Yeah, that's everybody.
And that's
what we talking about, reparations for Black people. We ain't talking about nobody else.
Yeah,
we talking about reparations for Black people. This money ain't going to nobody else. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying it would be like that, but I'm just saying, don't act like that. It ain't like that sometimes. But that's what I would do.
Yeah, but see, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what my personal opinion why the reparations thing is another problem for them and giving us that kind of wealth. Because it's just me, you, and Shani listening right now. It's Big Bink's Break Room. It's a podcast. We got sound effects.
And we got clicking going on. I'm like, who is clicking?
Yeah, we got everything. We got everything jumping off right now. And before I get into that thought, though, real quick.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, before I get into that thought, just real quick. Don't forget, this is the last day you're going to be able to see us right here live on this platform. And tell them why, Shani.
That is because everything will be seen on Media Room 360 LLC on Facebook, Media Room 360 on YouTube, or Media Room 360 on the app. So everybody that's watching on Twitch, you can still catch us on Twitch. So everybody that's on Shani, on my page, Big Bink's Break Room, make sure you're ready to make that switch. Make sure you go to Media Room 360 LLC on Monday.
Yes, because you won't see the break room there on Monday unless you got that, and you don't want to miss an episode. All right, so here's my personal reason why I think they'll never cut that check too. Because then just imagine if they paid us the money that they wanted to pay us, how many Jeff Bezos would pop up, how many Bill Gates would pop up. Because then you'd have the capital to fund that dream that you wanted to do and what you wanted to get done. And if you had that kind of liquid capital to make it happen, then they would lose business. Like the Walmarts, it'd be another generation of Black Walmarts.
Be the Johnsons.
Yeah, it'd be the Johnsons.
Absolutely.
Johnson Martin.
Yeah. Yeah, so
because I know if somebody gave me some money like that right now, look,
yeah,
I'd get a piece of land, build my whole building. We'd be working from the studios. What?
Yeah.
We'd have all the new technology.
Yeah. So again, that's one of the reasons why they again fighting over that whole reparations in Congress, because again, if they gave us as a culture that type of liquid capital to make moves like that, that would really hurt their economy, not our economy. Their economy.
Yeah, it would boost ours.
Yeah,
Kathy was saying, well, like she's going back to Bink's point. That's what happened when they gave the extra unemployment money. People didn't want to work.
That's true.
Is that true, Kathy? Is that really true? They didn't want to work.
They was making more money sitting at the crib.
No way. I'm sorry. You're not going to make more than you can on a regular job just picking up unemployment. It all depends upon where you're working. But that was when the minimum wage was low. But and if you're probably making like when it was like $5.
No, this shit was
$7. This was just last year during the COVID. They gave them that extra money for unemployment. Like was it extra $400 a week?
Yeah, but I'm sure there was a few. I'm sure there was a few people, but I can't co-sign and say the majority of people said, okay, I got an extra $400 from unemployment. I'm not going back to work.
I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, that was my understanding that they just gave it to them, that they got it. Did anybody get unemployment that knows?
No,
with that extra $600, everybody stayed at home. $600 a week. Yeah, that's $2,400 a month. I mean, I would have had to try to work up under the table with that with all my.
Yeah,
I mean, I would have put that 24, but I'd have to be up under the table doing something.
Yeah, I'd be stacking some kind of chips. But I don't think that was the majority of the people though. I think most people want to work and want to earn their money. You got that in probably every culture and every town that people are just going to take advantage of the system. There's always going to be people that game the system. Shit, the president was gaming the system.
I mean, but if you're really taking the money, because if they work, like these people have paid in our taxes, this is our tax money. This is our money. Just give us our money. That's what I say. I'm like, I done paid a lot into this system.
Yeah, a whole lot.
So if I want my money, just give me my money.
Yeah, I mean, because when every time you get paid and they take that out your paycheck, that's what they're supposed to go for in case you lose your job. And it's like, dang, you can't pay me my money back. I put into the system. You can't give me my cash.
But they put you through hell to get it back.
Oh man,
jump through all them hoops to get your money. I'm like J.G. Wentworth. It's my money and I want it now. Oh, J.G. Wentworth. And listen, I want my money now.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Settlement. Now y'all need to change that and start getting our taxes back for us.
Yeah, for real though. It's almost tax season. Well, they said they're not gonna postpone that this year either. So better get your taxes done.
Yeah, I gotta do that. I'm so awful. Okay.
Yeah, we got sound effects.
We got sound effects tonight.
We big budget.
I'll be.
Is that number one or number two?
Two.
Is that number one or number two, baby? I don't know.
Wait until they find out that 1040. Wait until they fill out that 1040 trying to get a refund.
Yeah, I mean the government's gonna be tight for a minute, and then some people might get it. It all depends upon your if you're doing your taxes yourself, or you got somebody that does taxes for you. You got that.
To do mine for me. I got to get everything together, and I'm so horrible. I have contract workers. I still got to get my.
Yeah.
I still got to get them their stuff for they
get that CPA on the line.
Yeah, because I said I ain't messing up. I've been in tax trouble twice. And had to pay the IRS. The first time I had to pay the IRS $10,000. The second time it was like 12. And once I got through with it, I said I would never do this again. So yes, I got me a CPA. And hey, And it wasn't that I was trying to cheat the system. Just stuff was wrong. You know, I had filled out something wrong, put a wrong number here, a wrong number there, and ooh.
So you did it yourself?
Yep.
Come on. That's the same thing Wesley Snipes said.
I had no, but you know what? I'm glad you said that because I'm glad you said that because now I understand how when people get caught with tax evasion and they don't do their taxes and they pay somebody to do it, I see how they get caught up. Meaning that when they say, "Man, I didn't know," maybe a part of that is true. Yeah. Because let me tell you something. I'm probably the honest guy in the world, and for 4 years. 4 years, the IRS audited me, and I was like, "What I do?" But I didn't do my taxes. I went up to this Ethiopian dude. I wish I knew his name.
I was hoping he would call the man out, but go ahead.
I wish I knew.
He could have just said, "I went up to my CPA."
I went to this man.
I know it was off here in Dallas, Texas, when I lived here before. And all I know, Action, Shawnee, tax time, I was balling. That's all I knew. I got all this bread back. I'm good. And here we go. When I moved to Ohio in 2012, they owe me about 2002 and 3 and 4 and 5. So I had to get a real person to clean my stuff up. But I called old boy. I say, "Hey." No, I didn't. You know what? I didn't call him. I faxed him. And then after I faxed him, I called him. And just like he didn't pick up that phone then, he still ain't picked up the phone in this 2021. So my point is, when them people be doing people taxes and they jack you up and they get all this money coming back, making sure they get their paper too, and maybe they don't know. Because I had no clue, and it ain't like I was rich, but life was good in 2000 for me. The 2000s was great.
Yeah.
But I would just go drop him off, and he'll be like, you can pick it up, blah, blah, blah. You getting this much back, and so and so, so and so. I'm like, man, you cool, man. Then when I got into the problem, like, hey, let me call this dude. Where's all? Thank God I kept all that stuff. And there was no. Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look at it. Like, nah, you in Ohio? Oh, yeah. Don't answer that. So that's my point. So
and no offense to my Ethiopians listening this afternoon in Ethiopia, because they're in the afternoon in Ethiopia, so they listening. So if you're in Ethiopia, they got good tax people.
They do, but I do remember that trend when everybody was a tax person.
Yeah.
And because I had people approach me, well, I can get you back this much money, and I'm like, no, I'll just do it. And the times that I owed, it wasn't like I didn't pay. Like it was a number that I did have to pay. Yeah. That I was saying, they like 2 years later, they come back and say, no, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, and I'm like, okay. So the first time I just went ahead and paid $10,000. Like, all right, not gonna let that happen again. Gonna pay more attention, Did it again, and that's when I went to them. When they sent me that letter saying you owed it, I'm like, man, let me take this stuff. And ever since then, I've been with Miss Wilson at Wilson's Bookkeeping Services. And I call Miss Wilson. I'll be like, Miss Wilson, look at this. Like, even when I set my LLC up, I did something wrong. And they reached out to her because I had her number on it, and she called me and she said, okay, Shawnee, that's what she called me, Shawnee. We got to change this. All right, Miss Wilson, I'll be down there. And I drive to her. She all the way in Tyler, Texas. Shout out to Wilson's Bookkeeping and Tax Services. Y'all,
that's somebody you trust too. So that's awesome.
Yes. And hey, she got it all right for me. So, so yeah. Nope. Don't ever want to be in tax trouble again. That is the Yeah, I don't want no letter. I get nervous when I get a letter from her. I be like, dang, what now?
The fool, they was on me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? For how many years?
Yeah.
Golly, they want, but look, Action, Shawnee, they want receipts.
Yeah.
Like, so you said you spent this on this. We'd like those receipts, please. I'm like, what? I moved. well, that's fine. Just contact them and have them send it to you. You can send it right over to us. I was like,
Oh yeah, they're gonna get theirs. Trust me, they're gonna get
Just
theirs.
keep all your receipts, throw them in a box, put the year on them. Like, so get you like an old shoebox or something, put 2021 on it. Every receipt you get, just throw it in there. Because when they do that to me, I'd be like, all right, here, y'all go through all that. I'm not going through that. Here. There's all the receipts. They ain't getting ready to go through all. Well, some of them will, but
it's coming, people. So get ready. Tax season right around the corner.
And I'll be like, who in the hell got the time to go through somebody's joint to point out that they jacked up their taxes? Like, what kind of time you got on your hand going through all these goddamn people in the world? And you pick me. Are you kidding me?
I'm glad they got the time with the president right now, though, because they're going through his taxes.
His taxes?
Yeah, Cy Vance, the prosecutor in New York that's prosecuting the case against
Natasha, I forget her name. Oh, good. I hope they get it.
No, yes. Natasha.
It's a black girl. Her name is Natasha.
No. That's Cy Vance
I'm sorry, that's the attorney general.
Attorney general. Yeah, Cy Vance is the attorney over the Southern District of New York. So SDNY. So he's got like I think 10 years of his taxes. And his former attorney, Michael Cohen, if you remember Michael Cohen, the former attorney of President Trump, he used to do his taxes for him. And he already said he going to jail. Michael Cohen already said he going to jail because he lied on the taxes. And as a matter of fact, when he testified before Congress, before he went to jail, Michael Cohen called it out and said, look at his taxes. And he said he cheated on his taxes. That's what got the Southern District of New York interested in looking at his taxes. Because Michael Cohen called it out in a federal hearing, and you can't lie in that. That's a crime. And so it's like he didn't want to go to jail and get more time, so he was telling the truth. Now they got 10 years of his taxes, and they're going through his taxes right now.
Yeah, he's gonna be because he's trying to come back in 2024. He's speaking at all these GOP events or preparing to speak at all these GOP events.
Yeah, this weekend, CPAC.
Yeah, and the fact that they didn't convict him of doing anything wrong with the Capitol, now he right back in the game, which is amazing.
Tomorrow's the day. Amazing. Make sure you watch that out. All my political junkies out there. Tomorrow's the day the former President Trump will be speaking at the CPAC convention, and he will be addressing the crowd. And they already said on some of his prepared remarks that he's going to continue to deny that he lost the election and it was stolen from him. So.
And Biden is making a speech real soon too, right? He's making a speech somewhere soon, and they're threatening to blow up wherever he's supposed to be speaking. Is that at the Capitol?
Wow.
Yeah, that just came out from the testimony from the current the police chief, the Capitol police chief. There you go. Yeah, that's in charge. She said that. Because they were asking kind of like the basic question was, when are they going to be able to take down the new walls that they erected around the Capitol? When is the National Guard going to be able to leave? And she said no time soon, because the white supremacists, the chatter that they're getting is that they want to blow up the Capitol and as many people in it as they can. And the certain date is supposed to be when Biden does his address to the nation. His first address to the nation speech. So they don't want to give the date that he's preparing to speak to the nation for the first time, because they don't want the white supremacists to have an idea of when that date may be. So they said that threat is still ongoing. So the National Guard is going to continue to be around the Capitol, and the fences are going to continue to be around here. Here's my thing, though. Knowing all of this, knowing all the people... Bless you.
Thank you.
We still talking too, by the way.
You're like,
all y'all did.
Knowing
it's rough today, y'all.
Yeah.
Shit. Sorry.
Knowing all the people that just were involved in the insurrection. And then Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Senate, said in his speech when he was convicting or when he went after Donald Trump after the impeachment, he said Donald Trump had total culpability for what happened. It was the reason that it happened. And then he just said if he runs in 2024, he would vote for him. I mean, that's just the hypocrisy in this whole thing.
Wow.
Straight hypocrites.
Yeah. But now, and they still know that these people want to kill them. And he's in charge.
Ain't it crazy?
That's crazy.
Okay, well, maybe they feel like, well, if I'm on his side, then they won't want to try to kill me.
He sent them after Mike Pence. You can't kiss no more booty than Mike Pence was kissing. They were talking.
So would he still have Pence on as his VP?
No, he could pick another VP if he wanted to run again. He
hell no, he ain't gonna have Mike Pence. No,
he could pick anybody he wanted to. Mike Pence went out. If Mike Pence was his VP after the crowd was yelling "Hang Mike Pence" because he sent them after him, that's crazy. That would be the ultimate ass kissing right there. That would be some really. Oh man, it's too much. And like I said, he's speaking at CPAC. These same people that he would have killed or would have let die if those rioters, those insurrectionists would have got to them. They would have killed them. And they still kissing up to him like, what? I mean, Shawty, that would be like.
He got to have something on all them action. Trump got to have something on all them. He got to have something on all of them.
I don't get it.
Going under the table. And out, he has to, because that's straight hypocrite.
We see you.
I know. I got the screen up with Muck and Killer checking in and doing their mic checks. So that's what I'm doing. I got it on the other computer so we don't have an issue. And we have 856 too. Just so
yeah. So tell them why Muck and Killer are doing their mic checks though on Big Bink's break room.
Well, Muck and Killer are up next. 9 o'clock. We have fine broadcasting coming up at 9 o'clock on this fine establishment, the Media Room 360. We will be talking black.
I'm bad today, dog. I'm sorry, man.
See, they got the music on.
I remember they came in on my Black History Fact last week.
Yeah, they ready today. What y'all talking about today? They dancing and everything.
Oh man!
Hey, Kathy say Pence just came out and say he still support Trump. Dumbass.
Oh wow!
So they got a great relationship.
Oh, that's crazy.
Man. He wants to kill me, but I love him. I love my brother.
Come on, man. I mean, can you get any more dumb than that? Come on, man. Yala Van Zandt said it, or Maya Angelou, rather. You know, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And he showed he would kill them. He don't care nothing about them. He would kill all of them. Yeah, again, if those insurrectionists would have took over the Capitol like they wanted to and killed everybody, stopped the election, was Donald Trump going to turn it down? Was he gonna say like, no, y'all did wrong, y'all killed all these people? No, he would have called himself dictator and ruler. We see you.
They having a party on the other show. What the hell going on over there?
Yeah, I can't wait to watch them coming up next.
Yeah, I know. I heard a little bit of it. I think Basil said they're talking about prison reform today. Is that right, Basil? Y'all talking about prison reform? They dancing, Chad. They dancing.
Oh, okay. Hey, real quick before we get out of here, one of the big stories today that everybody was talking about Kobe Bryant becoming the NBA logo. Mm-hmm. So right now the logo is Jerry West, a silhouette of Jerry West, who played for the Los Angeles Lakers for about 13 years. He has a championship with them. He was the player of the NBA of his time. He was the Michael Jordan, or I'll say the Larry Bird of the NBA during his time, 60s, 70s. Now, Kyrie Irving came out yesterday after a game he played in a press conference and said, we need to, because he talked about it before. He's like, you know what? Kobe Bryant need to be the logo of the NBA. And
we're getting a wrap.
How long we got?
1 minute.
Oh, what y'all think? Yes or no? Kobe Bryant, yes or no?
I don't know. Let's talk about it Monday.
Yeah,
Monday.
That's a conversation that we should, have out.
Yeah, we should get into it Monday.
Right, I got to pick up Tati. We just all over the place today. It's Friday. Y'all go watch Muck and Killer. I got to pick my daughter up, and we'll see y'all Monday at 8 o'clock. Y'all have a great weekend, and please be careful out there.
Y'all, appreciate y'all.
Let me blow my...
Hey, how you doing? What you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room.